Hello students, today we are going to discuss very interesting topic, that is polymer. All of you know 21st century is called age of polymer because polymer, its uses nowadays is very much important for our life. Without plastic, without polymer, our existence is not possible. It has vast application in the field of industry, in the field of pharmaceutical science, and now the modern scientists, they are thinking how to substitute, how to replace non-biodegradable polymer into biodegradable polymer. Non-biodegradable polymer causes pollution, that's why it should be replaced by biodegradable polymer. So let us discuss the polymer and its classification. So before discussing the detailed classification of polymer, let us discuss what is polymer. Here polymer mainly it consists of two words, that is you can say poly plus more. Poly means many, more means parts. That means it is the combination of so many smaller units forming a larger molar mass substance. So polymer is a high molecular weight, high molecular mass substance produced by combination of large number of smaller units called monomer. By combination of monomer, polymer is formed. Monomer is a single unit. When it combines by different methods, it produces larger molecular mass, greater molecular weight substance, that is called polymer. What are the examples? We will discuss the detailed structural discussion of polymers, its preparation and method of preparation in the next video. But now we have to remember some names. What are the examples of polymer? That suppose that is protein. Protein is also polymer because made of amino acids. Starch made of glucose. Pterylene, one polymer. Nylon fiber, pterylene fiber. Then polybutadiene, similarly Bunna S, Bunna N, polythene. So these are the examples of polymer produced from monomer, smaller monomer units. So next is, what are the classification of polymer? Polymer, the classification of polymer, the types of polymer based on the properties. So first, classification of polymer on the basis of structural unit. Repeated structural unit properties gives the particular polymer. So generally on the basis of structural unit, polymers are two types, that is homopolymer and copolymer. Homo means similar. So when the polymer is produced by the combination of similar units, these are called homopolymer. Same smaller units, same type of smaller units are repeated and repeating forming the polymer. So these are called homopolymer. So from one type of monomer, produced from one type of monomer, no different monomers are used. So these are called homopolymer. What are the examples of homopolymer? These are the polythene, polypropylene, PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, and polyisoprene, neoprene. These structures we will discuss in next videos. So try to remember the names. So in the classification, these are the homopolymers. So what are the copolymers? Copolymers, these are the polymer produced by repeating one or more different monomers. When different monomers are involved, are repeated in the formation of polymer, these are called copolymers. Different types, two or more two or more types of monomers when combined, two or more different types of monomer when combined to form copolymer. That means different number of monomer units are combined. What are the examples? These are the Bunna S, Bunna N, polyester, bakelite. These are the copolymer produced from different units. We will discuss different structure and its preparation in the next video. So remember, Bunna S, Bunna N, polyester, bakelite, these are copolymer. Okay, you see the difference between copolymer and homopolymer in the structural elucidation. For here, first one is homopolymer. You see these are the made of same type of units, repeated units, all are similar. These are the blue hexagon, blue hexagons are combined, so these are same. But if you see copolymer, in the copolymer, hexagon and circle both are combined. So hexagon and circle are combined, that's why it is copolymer. Different types of structures, different types of structural units, that's why it is a copolymer. Similar type of structural units, these are homopolymer. So same type of structural units, these are homopolymer. Different types of structural units are called copolymer. So these are the two types of polymer on the basis of a repeated unit, on the basis of the nature of monomers. Okay, then second classification, based on source, based on source from where it is produced. So these are generally natural polymer, semi-synthetic polymer and synthetic polymer. Natural polymer means these are obtained from nature. Automatically it is produced from nature, nobody is involved. Here no method of preparation used, automatically by nature it is produced. So what are the examples derived from nature, generally natural occurring? Examples are, these are the natural occurring, these are the proteins, rubbers and cellulose, like this. These are the natural polymer. Cellulose, rubber, proteins, these are the natural polymers produced from nature. Synthetic polymer mainly derived from natural occurring polymer by different chemical modification that already discussed, that is rayon. Rayon is from cellulose. Vulcanized rubber derived from rubber by adding some sulfur, so that is called vulcanized rubber. The quality is different. Then synthetic means they are man-made polymers, generally fibers, nylon, terylene, then plastic, different types of plastics, rubber, different types of rubber, different types of addition and polymers, so or different types of condensation polymer that is prepared. So all are synthetic polymers prepared from different monomers by different techniques. So these are called synthetic polymers, semi-synthetic polymers and natural polymers on the basis of source. Then classification of polymer based on structure. So when the structure changes, when arrangement of monomer unit changes, then property also changes. So on the basis of structure, so one is linear polymer, then branch chain polymer, then third one is cross-linked polymer. Then only three types of polymer. So what are the linear polymer? These types of polymer produced from monomers and forming a long chain by the combination of monomer units and various polymer chain stacked over each other to form well packed packed structure. That means polymer chains are joined one another, forming a well packed structure. Examples are polythene, PVC, polyester. So these are the linear types of polymer. Long chain, straight chain, mainly long chain and straight chain polymer produced. These are called linear polymers. And branch chain polymers means from the main chain another side chain is developed. That's why formation of new chain from the main chain, that's why it is called branch chain polymers. And branch chain, these are amylopectin, glycogen, these are the examples of branch chain polymers. And cross-linked polymer means within the chains, in between the chains are joined one another, forming a network structure. Very important this form, network structure. Network structure. Develop a network structure. That's why cross-linked polymer will be formed. And here it is produced from same linear chain and branch chain polymer. You see the structural difference. Here you see it is a linear chain where the monomer units are joined one to one. So it is a linear chain. But this chain is a branch chain because in the linear chain another side chain are developed. That's why it is a branch chain. But a cross-linked means both are interlinked, both are interconnected and forming a cross-linked polymer. That means the structure is more complicated. The cross-linked structure is more complicated in compared to linear chain and branch chain. And the property of linear and branch and your cross-linked polymers are differ due to the differing structural arrangement. Then classification of polymer on the basis of mode of preparation. How it is prepared on the basis of mode of polymerization or mode of preparation. That is addition polymer. Another is condensation polymer. In addition polymer, you see the polymers are formed by number of monomers having double bond or triple bond. This is very, addition reaction takes place when double bond, triple bond compound are involved. So in this type polymer is formed from monomer units having double bond or triple bond. That means during formation of polymer, double bond, triple bond involved. For example, this is the ethene having double bond forming polymer is polythene. It is single bond, it is not double bond. Like this, CH2, CH2, this. So this is polythene. Polyethylene, short form is polythene. So ethene having double bond and a polythene, it has no double bond. So it is the polymer, polythene. And this is your monomer is ethene, monomer is ethene, and polymer is polythene. So it is an addition polymer because it is produced from monomer having double bonds. Okay. Then condensation polymer. This type of polymer is produced from monomers having two or more functional group. That means the monomer should have functional group like alcoholic group, acid group, amino group, like this functional group is there. Then when two or more monomers combine and it produce, it condensed, it produce new type of functional group after combination with the loss of simple molecule like water, hydrochloric acid, ammonia, alcohol, like this molecule is released during combination. For example, you see, but condition is monomer should have two or more functional group. For example, this is the this monomer having dicarboxyl group, one carboxyl group, another carboxyl group. This is the main chain having two carboxyl group, and this is the one organic compound having two functional group, amino group, another amino group. So this is called dicarboxyl acid, this is called diamine. So our two or more functional group are there so that they can combine one end. so that a new type of functional group is developed and the chain grow in one direction. So due to involvement of monomers having two or more functional group with the loss of simple molecule forming the polymer, this type of polymer is called condensation polymer. And condensation polymer is also called that step growth polymer. It is also called step growth polymer. But addition polymer is called chain growth polymer. So you have to remember, addition polymer is called chain growth polymer and condensation polymer is called step growth polymer. So involvement of functional group. But in addition polymer, only double bond, triple bond compounds, double bonds involved in the extension of chain. Then classification of polymer based on molecular force, intermolecular force. Because polymer is a long chain compound, so different types of intermolecular force are involved. What are the intermolecular force involved? On the basis of intermolecular force, properties are also different. So what are these? One is elastomers, then fiber, third one is thermoplastic, fourth one is thermosetting. So there are four types of polymer formed on the basis of intermolecular force. So what are elastomer? Elastomer, these type of polymers mainly produced due to the intermolecular force between the polymer chain, which is very weak. Weak intermolecular force, mainly van der Waals force may be involved. Big weak force is involved in between the polymer chain, forming elastomers. What are these elastomers? These are your natural rubber, different types of rubber. You have to remember, different types of rubber are involved. Bunna S, Bunna N, this is N. Bunna S, Bunna N, other type of rubber, these are called elastomers. Elastic properties. The elastic property means they can be stretched. When you give the force, then it will be extended. When you release the force, again it will come to the original position. Mainly the structure is just like a ring structure. So that extension of ring. So these are called elastomers having very weak intermolecular force. You have to remember. Then fiber. Fiber mainly the intermolecular force is very strong. Generally compared to elastomers, intermolecular force is stronger and the force may be hydrogen bonding or dipole-dipole interaction. Either dipolar force or hydrogen bonding force are involved in the in between polymer chain. So these are called fiber. Example, terylene, dacron. This is dacron. Polyison pan. This is your pan. Like this, and different types of polymers is produced, but the nature of force is hydrogen bonding or dipole-dipole force. So it is the force is more stronger between the polymer chain, and due to strong intermolecular force between this, it has a high tensile strength and low elasticity. So in between, in this type of fibers, the elasticity is low elasticity but high tensile strength. This is very important. Then thermoplastic, this type of polymer, the intermolecular force lies between elastomers and fiber. That means the intermolecular force is greater than elastomers but smaller than fiber. These are called thermoplastic polymer. And thermoplastic means is very sensitive to heat. If you supply heat, then it will become soft. So this type of polymer are polythene, PVC. This is not the thermoplastic polymer, mainly PVC and polythene. And this type of polythene and PVC, they are the linear chain. These are linear or slightly branched chain polymer, becomes hard at room temperature. At room temperature it is hard, but on heating it becomes soft. It can be molded. This is very important. It can be easily molded. Molding is possible. So these are called thermoplastic polymer. Example, polythene, PVC, like this. Then what are the thermosetting polymer? Thermosetting polymer means very that is intermolecular force is very high. On heating it become more stronger. The intermolecular force become very high on heating. In compared to thermoplastic, it becomes soft on heating, but thermosetting it become more hard on heating. Thus, these are semi-solid substance which on heating undergo permanent change in chemical composition and become hard. On heating it becomes hard and become infusible. It cannot be again molten. It cannot be again on heating it cannot be converted to liquid. It becomes so hard in solid state. On further heating it cannot be converted to liquid state, and it is mainly cross-linked. The molecules, the polymer chain are in cross-linked form. Examples, bakelite, we'll discuss in next video, the structure, preparation, urea formaldehyde polymer and bakelite polymer. These are very cross-linked and thermosetting polymer, very hard on heating. Then on the basis of structure, what are the structural difference? You see, these are thermoplastic polymer. Thermoplastic means only chains are just lying one by one. There is no interaction, only weak van der Waals force. Van der Waals force is responsible in case of thermoplastic. But in case of elastomer, the force is your hydrogen bonding or dipole force. So that chain are linked one another. The chain, polymer chain again branch. So these are called elastomers. Then thermosetting, a complicated, you see 3D structure, 3D-dimensional structure is formed due to composition of different polymer chains. So due to composite, these are kind of, we can say it is a composite polymer where the different polymer chains are interlinked one another and produce a three-dimensional network structure. So they are thermosetting, elastomers, polymer chain join one another by hydrogen bonding or dipole force, and thermoplastic very weak force also, but elastomers is very weak force. But in thermoplastic the force is although van der Waals force, but it is more stronger than the elastomers. So weakest force is elastomers and more stronger is thermoplastic. Then that is your thermoplastic, then fiber, then thermosetting. So weakest is elastomers. Elastomers are weakest, then thermoplastic, then fiber, then thermosetting. So we can write also the order is like this: elastomers, then thermoplastic, then fiber, then thermosetting. So these are the types of polymer on the basis of intermolecular force. So on the basis of intermolecular force, the polymers are 4 types. So today we discuss different types of polymer on the basis of their different properties and mode of preparation and nature of force between the polymer chain. It is very important you practice this one, and if you like this video, please share the video to your friends, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe the channel. Okay, thank you all.